Hi everyone, it's Amanda Pratt, licensed clinical social worker with Imagine Life Therapy, and I'm a chronic illness therapist, meaning that I specialize in working with people with chronic illness to teach them the skills and tools they need to effectively manage their disease and live their life to the fullest. Mindfulness is the practice of being in the present moment, and a lot of times we use mindfulness for things like anxiety and panic and stress reduction, and overall it's good for health and wellness. So mindfulness is something that we all could do a little more of, and it can help reduce our overall stress by helping us to learn to come back to the present moment, and also to recognize that we have the power to reduce our stress response that's happening in our body. A lot of times we go through our days or our life with constant stress, whether it's the stress of raising children, or the stress of work, the stress of going to school, trying to survive, working to pay rent, and all of those things can cause stress. And if we have continued stress on our body over time, if it's not reduced, it can cause things like insomnia, anxiety, heart problems, etc. So it's good to practice mindfulness so that you can reduce the overall damage that stress can do to the body. So in order to do this, we're going to practice what's called stopping. There is a story that I like to tell my clients about that demonstrates the concept of stopping, or why we need to stop. And it goes like this. There were two Zen monks with shaved heads and robes, and they're sitting cross-legged on the floor. And one is older and one is younger. The younger one is a student, the older one is a teacher. The teacher is sitting there with his eyes closed, and he's meditating. The younger one is looking at him quizzically, like curious about what's going to happen next. And the older monk opens his eyes and he says, "Nothing happens next. This is it." So that demonstrates, how we're always waiting for the next thing to happen. We're always constantly thinking about what's coming next. What am I going to do next? What do I have to do on my list next? And instead of doing that, we want to practice stopping. When I say stop, there's actually an acronym for it. So S.T.O.P. S is where no matter what we're doing throughout the day, do this several times, S stands for stop. So stop what you're doing, put it down, step away from what you're working on, and that's the first step, is just to stop. The T stands for take a deep breath. We're going to take several deep breaths. So usually I say 3 to 4 seconds in, and you can even say in as you're breathing in, and then breathe out for 3 to 4 seconds. And do that several times, and just recognize the breath in how it feels coming into your body and into your lungs, and how it causes your chest or your stomach to raise. And then as you're breathing it out, imagine that you're breathing out all of the stress, all of the tension, so you're completely relaxed. The O is what comes after you breathe, which is to observe. So you want to observe your surroundings. And usually what I tell people is focus on your senses. So what are the things that I can see right now? What are the things that I could hear right now? What are the things that I smell? And what are the things that I can touch? Okay, this is called a grounding exercise, but it's a great way to take inventory of everything that's happening, from the senses you feel in your body to what's going on around you and what your experience is. And then you'll also want to take inventory of, what kind of thoughts am I having right now? What am I feeling? What kind of emotions am I having right now? The science says that just by saying an emotion that we're feeling, it actually dials it down in our body. So if an emotion that we're feeling is causing any stress on our body, by saying, I'm feeling stressed, I'm feeling anxious, I'm feeling overwhelmed, it actually reduces its power that it has on your body. So it's good to practice saying out loud what emotions you're feeling. And then the P, which comes next after we observe and take in everything that's going on and everything that's going on in our mind and our body, we want to then proceed. So either we are going to proceed with what we were doing, or we're going to use our observations and our feelings to inform what we do next. And so the key to this is, a lot of times we go throughout the day and we don't stop and take inventory of what's going on around us. But when we stop and we observe and we go, okay, I'm thinking this right now. With a lot of my clients, we do a lot of work around what I like to call thought traps. So if you're stuck in a thought trap, or maybe you're thinking something about the future and you're not focused on what you're actually doing, then you can use that to inform what you do next. Okay, I'm not going to worry about the future because I can't predict that. I'm trying to predict the future, which is impossible. I'm going to focus more on what I'm doing. And you go back into what you're doing more mindful and more focused than you were before. So it's good to do this several times throughout the day. I actually have an app on my phone called Headspace, and it has a notification setting. So you set the notifications and it pops up and it reminds me to be mindful through the day. And even I need reminding. I try to practice this. It's something I'm working on getting better at. But I look down at my phone and it says, have you done something mindful today? And I might think, no, I haven't actually, but I'll take a couple minutes and practice stopping right now. So hopefully this can help you. It's kind of a lifestyle thing, so it's not something you do once and forget. It's something that you want to practice a little bit every day. Start small and just try to practice stopping once today during something you're doing and see how it goes for you. I'm going to get back to my sessions now. I have quite a few left for the day, but I just wanted to throw that out there and share that with you and see if it could help you in some way. So have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.